Yes guys, welcome to another video, and in this video I am going to be reviewing the analysis I gave out 2 days ago on Monday. Please, if you haven't watched that video, you can go back to it. I touched on a lot of different things. I touched on gold, Microsoft, SPX, DXY, Bitcoin, and a few other things, and that's what we'll be reviewing today. So basically I gave this setup which has just triggered, which is the short-term 1 to almost 2 risk to reward on gold. Now, for me, that is the first setup for gold. Now, within that setup on gold, I will be looking for a lesser trade right here. And by lesser, I mean in terms of probabilities. There is that potential in terms of probabilities for this potential trade. So this is a trade within a trade. And that's how to potentially stack on it. Understanding that these are both lower probability setups, because within these two, if you zoom out, there is still this potential of gold to drop all the way down to then go up. But these are setups for you to look at, analyze, and make your mind up if you think it's worth your while. Nothing I give is financial advice. These are just my thoughts on the market, fully technical. Okay, moving on from that, SPX. There's a little bit of a retracement on SPX right here. At the moment, that means nothing because as you can see from the past, every little retracement has literally meant nothing. So for me, I can't enter the buys that are obvious here, and I can't enter the sells either. It's not a market that I can trade at the moment. So moving on, Microsoft. For those who didn't watch my previous video, I called Microsoft, and we are currently at entry for Microsoft. Let's see how that plays out. BTC. Again, if you watch the previous video on BTC, I called the sells right here. Potential of Bitcoin sells all the way down. Bitcoin sells to 31,000 potentially. This is going to be, if it works, one of my best trades calls of the year. So we will be keeping an eye on that. Euro USD continues to sell down as I previously analyzed. And I'm grateful for that because as you can see, it's still going down. If these things are adding value to you, I'll be grateful if you like, subscribe, and join me on this journey. Keep telling me what you want me to look at, what currencies, what stocks you want me to look at. We got Procter & Gamble. I was looking at those buys. We're currently in drawdown, but it hasn't hit stop loss. It started to potentially reject around that area, and we will continue to flow with that trade and see where that goes. As I said, Palantir, I didn't like the fact that it started going up from this point. And so for me, I couldn't see a trade on Palantir. Nvidia for me could potentially be setting up for sales, but I didn't get in at around that point. So at this point, I just say I've missed out on that and we move on. Google, look at that. Google was a sell that I called out, and it has literally gone 1-to-1 risk to reward. That's a beautiful move to the downside. My stop loss and my take profits are below around these areas, and then I would, cover myself. So around the 338 areas for Google. Apple stopped me out. For me, I was looking at the potential of a sell downward. That didn't work out. I show the wins and the losses of my analysis, guys. Speaking the truth is all that matters. For me, as I said, there's the potential of Amazon coming down to around the 236 areas and potentially even lower. Until that happens, I am watching it like a hawk. Broadcom, nothing there to look at. Meta, in an area where I can't really do anything with. Tesla, same thing, currently in an area where I can't really do anything with. I can see the potential of a sell, or I can also see the potential of a buy. And the moment I can see both sides, it's better I sit on my hands. Walmart, the same thing. Let's go to Netflix potentially. Let's see what Netflix has to offer. Netflix at the moment, not much, not giving much at the moment for Netflix for me. Can't really see a trade idea developing at the moment, which is why I constantly make these videos so that we can see the market and see any potential changes as the year goes along. The point is to add value to you guys as I go. All these other trades, I am not seeing much momentum in any direction. So for me, it's just have those current trades on hand and just sit and watch what happens. Just sit and watch what happens. Uber is currently looking at like a little bit of a nice price for me. For me, with Uber at the moment, I would say a potential to get into Uber for longs. Also understanding that it could still go below down to 40 to let's call it 50, but it could also move up from this price point. So these for me, I want to look at Oracle. I have trades on Oracle, so I want to look at Oracle has literally zoomed up, started to retrace. We got in around the 200 areas, so really good profit. It's giving a retracement now. It might retrace all the way down to 210 and then keep going high. So as I said, these are all technical analysis trades. There is literally no financial advice given. My goal is to add value, and if you see anything you can take from this, I'm grateful to be of help and service. I hope this call added value to you in any way, and please ensure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a blessed and peaceful day. Let's go.